Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. This video is going to be about the people in your life. People are in your life for different reasons and different seasons. What do I mean by that? Some people are in your life for a short time to teach you lessons. You are not truly supposed to get involved with these people romantically. You are to learn your lessons and say goodbye and move on. That's the reason why they're there, to teach you. That's how it is with karmics. There are other people who are meant to be in your life for a little while longer, and then there are other people who are meant to be in your life forever. You will figure out which one is which. But nothing in this life is permanent, including family. Once you learn your lessons from those family, you are to walk away. Now, I know to some that may sound not right, but it's true. Especially if they're toxic. And only you will be able to determine that, you and God. If they are toxic, you are to walk away. Now, whether that becomes permanent or not is up to God. And up to your family, whether they decide to stop what they're doing and change their ways or not. If they refuse, then it will be permanent. If they stop and change their ways, then that you have a better chance of maybe going back. But it all stems on what they're going to do. And God will let you know. That old saying, blood is thicker than water, is a piece of crap. Because water washes away blood. Nothing on this planet is meant to last forever. We are to learn lessons from everyone that is put in our path. Everyone. No matter who they are, what their title. They are here to teach you a lesson for one reason or another. Some multiple lessons. Ending a marriage is not the end of the world. Some marriages are not meant to last forever. Especially if they are toxic. And I know some people still carry the old paradigm, well, they are my family, I'm supposed to stick it out and try and work it out. That is not always the case, no. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It was meant to be for a certain period, and that was it. So going and ending that relationship and getting a divorce and splitting up the family is not a wrong thing to do. Especially if they are toxic. God does it all the time. God takes children from their parents, if their parents are toxic and not teaching them right. God splits up marriages if they're toxic and not supposed to be working out. If they're not meant to last forever, he will split it up. Are you going to tell God he's doing wrong? No, because he's not. He might know things that you don't know. Because he sees everything you don't. Some friendships are not meant to last forever. You are to learn your lesson from that person and move on. Just like with marriages. Just like with dating relationships, romance, just like friendships, just like business partnerships, any relationship. People are put in your life for a reason and a season. You have to determine what season they are, temporary, medium, or long-term. You can't just assume. Once those lessons are learned, you are meant to go your separate ways. Just like with people from your past. They're there to teach you for a reason. They are toxic. Most of them are karmic. You are to learn your karmic lessons. When the karmic cycle is over, you are to move on and go your separate ways, whether you like it or not. And that's what I have to do. The people from my past were karmic. They taught me the lessons that I needed to learn, and I have to move on, whether I want to or not. Because the cycle is done. It's over with. God's not going to allow it to continue, especially with the karmics. No matter if the karmics in my life want the relationship or not. He's not going to allow that. Because the cycle is over and done, my lessons are learned, it's time to move on down my path. And that's the way it is. And he will destroy it if he has to make that happen. And he will force you to move on. But when he forces you to move on, it's going to be harder than if you do it yourself. So why make it harder on yourself? Life is not easy. Nothing in life is easy. Maybe there are people you don't want to walk away from, but you have no choice. Once the lessons are done, the cycle is over, it's time to move on. You don't have a choice. Because you have other people waiting for you to teach you lessons that you have to learn from. And then when they're done, you move on again, and you keep moving down the line till all your lessons are learned. Doesn't matter if you want it or not. Doesn't matter if you want to stay in it or not. And God's not going to allow you to stay in a toxic relationship because it's not meant to be. Especially if that person doesn't change their ways. And that's on them. So if God says you have to move on because they're not changing their ways, then you have to move on, like it or not. Because if that person really wanted a relationship, they would have done the work necessary to make it work. But they chose not to, so that's on them. And that's their fault, not yours. But some of the people from your past are karmic. And you are to learn the karmic lesson, and when the cycle is over and done, you have no choice but to move forward. Because there's other people waiting to teach you lessons, whether you want to or not. Some you learn good lessons from, some you learn bad lessons from. But God will destroy anything that is not meant to be, and is not meant to last. Especially if people don't change their toxic ways. And these toxic people have a choice whether to change or not. And if they choose not, well, then the relationship's gone. You don't have a choice. That's how God works. Like I said, people are put in your life for a season. You just have to determine what season it is. Now, karmics are meant to be in your life temporarily, 1 to 3 months at the most. You're not to get romantically involved, and you're not to have children. That's the way it's supposed to be. And if you do, you're crossing that line. And that will bring problems into your life. This was all agreed to in the contract before you came to Earth. And say you are in a relationship with a toxic person, and this person turns out to be your divine masculine. Well, if that person doesn't change his ways, then you have to leave him behind and move on no matter what. You don't have a choice. And if you don't do it, God will do it for you, but it will be harsher on both of you. So my karmic cycle is over, and I have to move forward into my future. And that's what I'm going to be doing, like it or not. And God is not going to let anybody hold me back or hold me down or keep me from anything that I'm supposed to be doing, especially my career. You have to kind of go with the flow of this journey. And if you don't, and you fight the current, it's going to be a lot tougher on you. And God will make it tougher on you if you don't make the right choice. Like moving on from a karmic cycle. I don't have no choice. I have to move on. And I'm okay with that. My karmic cycle lasted a long time, and I'm over it anyway. I have to end this here and now because time has run out, so please like, share, subscribe, comment below, thumbs up, send your friends to the channel. Please check out other content on this channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by. Bye!